Hello and happy Sunday evening. Just something I was thinking of today. I read a story on MSN and was talking about a retired Air Force three-star general. And back in September of 2001, he and another pilot were scrambled and sent up in the air to potentially intercept United Flight 93, which was the fourth plane on that fateful day. The first two planes hit the Twin Towers in New York City. Then the third plane crashed into the Pentagon, and their plane had been hijacked and was apparently on its way probably to hit the White House or the Capitol building. And the Air Force scrambled two jets. It was this man who's now a general who retired, but I guess he was probably a major back then, and he maybe a lieutenant colonel, but he was scrambled with another pilot, a female, and they were sent up to possibly intercept United 93. But of course, the story is that the passengers fought with the hijackers and ended up trying to take the plane back, and it crashed. I don't really want to relive that too much, but a small part of me in the back of my mind thought, well, why would they scramble jets that weren't armed? Now, I know you normally, in peacetime, they probably didn't think of having the weapons on them, but I'm an old Army guy. I was never in the Air Force, but maybe some of you were, and you can let me know. But don't those planes have like 20 millimeter cannons that are basically giant machine guns? You'd think that those things would be loaded all the time. And when the incident happened, um, the planes had hit the building in the Twin Towers in New York City. Then the plane hit the Pentagon. Then they found out by radio communications and supposedly by cell phones of people on the Flight 93 that it was headed west, and I think it turned around over Missouri and started coming back east again. You'd think they would have had ample time to, have a plan in order. Well, this general said that the planes they had were unarmed. Well, I'm not sure if that's a wise thing to telegraph to your enemies, because our adversaries watch the news too. And I'm not besmirching the man. He sounds like a patriot to me. It just seemed a little hinky that people who were in the area saw multiple jets flying overhead. And when there was that crash scene, there was debris ahead of it, supposedly, what residents say. And when in the wreckage, they bulldozed over it very quickly and, dug everything up. Normally, when there's a crime scene like that, you try and gather all the evidence. So, I mean, I'm not going to go, Alex Jones on you here or anything. I just, there's this little part of me that, can you believe the official line that the government tells you? Just something to think about. I'm not impugning anybody. I'm not saying anything, but just that little part of me, based upon so much of what's going on lately, that you hear something like that and you're like, what? You mean our government would lie to us? But, oh well, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It's just something I thought of, and I'm just sharing my thoughts with you. I could be totally nuts, but given the past, like the collapse of building number 7, nothing hit it. You know, I'm not gonna. I don't need my tinfoil hat right now, but just something I thought of. As far as the next test that we're gonna have in the United States, there's supposed to be a debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I think it's on the 27th of June, which is pretty early in the presidential season, because as far as I know, it's the first debate that will be held before both parties have their convention. And I think there's a second debate in July, but the Democrat convention's not till August. So is there a chance that they're going to see how Biden does? And if he really does badly, they're going to replace him and Harris on the ticket? They have super delegates. They just might do that. We really live in some very interesting times. And again, I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm just throwing something out there that these are things that I sometimes think about when I'm out driving around in the car, or I'm going for a walk or whatnot. But I just hope everybody has a good evening. I may put out another video later tonight. I don't know. It's kind of chilly out here on the deck now. And I guess it got kind of cold because for June 1st anyway, it's only like 60 degrees out here. And kids aren't playing outside, so I guess they went in. But anyway, that's about all I wanted to say. I just hope everybody has a good evening, wherever you are and whatever your beliefs are, whatever color you are, whatever nation you live in. Just try and have a good evening.